All right, well, welcome. Let's go ahead and begin with a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for bringing us together and giving us a chance to visit with each other and check in with each other and help us to learn new things about how we can take exercise and use it as a form of worship. I read that this week and I thought, oh, I really like that. Take it as I'm doing my exercise instead of being a chore. Let it be a form of worship. So be with us, Lord, as we share ideas and as we think about how we can become more healthy. Um, in your name, amen.
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 So let me see. I'm going to try. Oops, I forgot to share my screen earlier. Oh, it's there. Yay. So I'm going to have share. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to share. I want to present. So, all right. Now, I'm learning all these things about how to make things work, right? Oh, the nice part is with this many people, then like, the only thing I hope I don't lose Donna when she comes on. So I'm going to keep my eyes open for her. All right. So, well, what is going on? There we go. So let's go ahead and start with our Joy Junkin Jesus. And you can choose one or more of them if you want to do that. And then the other part is maybe share what your goal was. Your what's your goal for movement? 5 minutes, 15 minutes, or 30 minutes, and how many days were you able to reach that goal this week? So kind of share those things. So, who would like to start? I know Lori's going to.
Well, I'll get us rolling here. I just shared with you all my joy was really not having to do jury duty. It sounds terrible. It should be my civic duty, and it is, but I just was just, it's terrible, but that was my joy. I was just so thrilled. I was also pretty joyful. I did released, 1 pound this week, and I hadn't lost any last week. And so I was like, okay, that's going to happen, Lori. And I really didn't let it get to me. And I just stayed really positive and realized, it doesn't mean you give up. I was so um purposed to stay with it. And I really asked the Lord to just help me to remain on track. I'll see the fruit of that later on. And I did. I lost a pound, and I'm sure that next week will be more. So that was my Jesus part, is I really called out to the Lord to help me. And that was so helpful, because it was so easy to get discouraged week to week, if you didn't meet any of your goals. And so that was, I'll just do my joy and my Jesus, because those were kind of connected together for me.
And how about what was your goal?
Oh, I was trying to do a realistic goal. I probably some days do a lot more, but I really wanted to make sure I did 15 minutes. And there was one day that I didn't get it in. And that was because my kids were here and we were celebrating my granddaughter's birthday. And I just never made it out the door on Saturday. So Saturday was my one day. But I've done really well at getting up, getting going, either riding my bike, or I joked with Nancy, you all. I said, does house cleaning count? And I'm
I think
thinking
it does.
it does, because I was sweating after a couple of hours of cleaning up after my kids left, So I counted it on Sunday, and I think that was the day I worked the hardest. So, but I'm
Well, it's
trying to
movement, I
trying
think
to
it is
do
movement,
15.
yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's not, and actually what I notice is, it reflects on, like when I did apples out in the garden a couple weeks ago, I had a heck of a lot of steps, and that was the one day that it didn't show up as exercise.
Wow.
Oh, now wait a minute. I got a lot of steps that way.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Anybody else want to go?
I'll go next.
Okay.
Let's see. My joy this week was the amount of steps I took the first day I went to work. The first full shift, I got over 3,000 steps. So that was my joy this week. Because I don't have my phone on me all the time, so it doesn't track all my steps usually. But since I had my phone in my back pocket, it was tracking all the steps I took. So that was encouraging to see those numbers of steps. It wasn't cardio, like I need, but it was still movement. And so I was proud of myself.
Good.
And then the junk this week was I started a new job at Super Walmart in the Vision Center, and you know how self-doubt creeps up on you when you're learning a new job and you're just thinking, so I was just praying to God that he would help me to take in the knowledge needed to perform the tasks at work effectively and to be a good worker and a good coworker and stuff. So yeah.
And which one are you doing for, which was your goal for exercise or for movement?
Oh, I think 30 minutes, because before I started working, I got this, I took Jazzy out twice a day for 20 minutes a day. So,
Okay.
but I didn't do, it wasn't 30 minutes of cardio. It was just 30 minutes of movement.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And how'd you do on that?
I didn't do the cardio. I just did a lot of steps at work.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the
But
rest of the week?
I'm going to get a membership at the YMCA and try to make up for that by doing cardio in the pool, because the fibromyalgia, my body gets tired after walking all day at work, and getting in the pool would kind of be a refresher for me after being on my feet all day.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Oh,
me.
good. Okay. All right. Thank you.
I'll go next.
Okay. Joe.
My joy was losing a pound after after my son was here, because he kept bringing home stuff for me to eat. He was just trying to be nice, but really it wasn't. And I finally just had to tell him that I couldn't eat that stuff anymore. We went out to dinner, which was fine. We don't get to see him very often, but I did lose a pound, but I still have another pound to go to get back to where I was, because I guess I gained 2 pounds. I didn't wait till Saturday because I was afraid and was up only 1 pound, but I'll bet you if I'd waited on Wednesday, I'd have been up higher. And so then my junk is, I have a really bad habit that I just went through that with Jesus today, because on Wednesdays after I weigh, I think I can eat just about anything I want for that day. Well, that is not really too good. You could eat one thing or, a little bit of something, but yesterday I kind of just ate way too much of the bad stuff. So Jesus, and I was asking God and Jesus and, to help me not do that anymore. Yeah. And he told me that would be a good idea if I would quit doing that.
Well, the big good part is that you realized it,
Yeah.
Probably any other time, maybe you wouldn't have even realized it. So that's interesting.
I used to do that at Weight Watchers and everything. I'd always have the day that I weighed, we'd go out to dinner, we'd do something, so, and you
It's
could
your
still go out.
cheat day.
What's that?
After weigh-in is your cheat day, because you got a whole week left to weigh in again. So
Right. But sometimes you don't, you just keep being bad. So
Yeah.
oh yeah. You get caught up in the joy of being bad.
yeah, well, of eating, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And what's your goal for
Well,
movement?
I am really trying to find out, I told you that was too hard. And I got that videotape on that one that I was telling you about. And it wasn't, well, they want you to buy more. It was just a starter kit and it had everything in there. And a lot of it I can't do. So I'm trying to return that. And she's trying to talk me, this lady that I ordered it online and wants to know if we should exchange it just for the one where you sit down. Well, that's what I thought I was getting in the first place.
Right.
And then we just decided, because I have that one that I sit down with, and then I found one, as soon as I get better at this chair thing, I found one where it was easy standing up stuff. But I gotta, I'm working up to it. Like you said, thank you for that, just to try to increase it 1 or 2 minutes. Now I didn't exercise today. So, yeah.
So, okay, I gotta talk about exercise a little bit. So just so we can, okay. Yeah, I think, yeah, picking that, even starting with, even if you start with your 5 minutes and the next day you do 6 minutes,
Mhm.
every little bit makes a
Well,
difference. I mean,
exactly. Well, I can do it. It's an 11-minute video. And so I can do that. It's just what happened is when I started doing it, I overdid it
yeah,
and I could hardly walk the next day.
yeah,
Well, then the next 2 days, I did it a little slower. And so, yeah.
yep, that's a good,
And I'll work up to it.
good. Stormy, what about you? You've had a major junk this week.
I got coronavirus this week, so
Oh, sorry to hear that.
yeah.
Oh, no. So sorry to hear that.
mom's sick. Yeah,
Oh.
so I haven't been able to get outside to exercise. Yeah. So my goal of 15 minutes a day has not happened. My mom can't leave the house because there's coronavirus, so she can't leave the house or she could do something. Others sick. Right.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some other ideas today too. I got a couple more ideas to share with you, but that's
Okay.
kind of a junk. Then you get tested positive, and then you go, oh, bummer. So,
That's a major junk.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Anybody else?
that's something we can surely pray for you about, Stormy.
Thank
Yes.
you.
And she had a birthday. That should have been a little bit of a joy, right?
That was a joy, and I got flowers and a teddy bear. That really uplifted me.
Well, you're not in the hospital, so that's a joy.
My finger. Yes. Ow.
Yeah. Good.
Thank you.
So your goal Stormy was 15 minutes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we'll give you a break this week.
She's going to get a pass.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess it's my turn. I still don't see. I would say, Saturday, Ron and I tried to take a hike. You probably saw my misadventure on my Facebook page. We were trying to go to this cabin, and the sign said go this way, so we went to the right, and the actual route was to the left, and it was pouring down rain, and it was cold and wet, and it was like, it was kind of a misadventure, but at least we got out. But yesterday, I guess our joy was we did it, the hike yesterday, and we made it to the cabin. So, and it turned out to be pretty high. I ended up with 15,000 steps yesterday.
Oh,
15,000? Wow.
But,
Nancy.
I mean, I guess, I was thinking about where I was a year ago, and on my little health app, it always tells me how many, and I was like at 4,000 steps, and now I'm kind of more average, about 9, maybe 8, 9. So, and my other junk was, I didn't get enough sleep one night, and I discovered that was one of my triggers for not eating right. And my sister had left this dark chocolate salty candy bar, and I was doing okay. I could eat one little piece, and I thought I can do one piece. But that day, it was like, nope. And I ended up eating the whole thing, and it was
Mhm.
like, ugh, I felt terrible. But I just realized that that's one of my triggers is, when I'm tired, it's so much easier to give in to those things. So that was kind of a junk, but also a little bit of a Jesus, I guess. Going, "Oh, yeah, Jesus, I didn't let you in that day. I just kind of went off." So I actually gained 0.6 this week and was 0.6 last week. So I just really got to get on it this week and get back on it and get going. So it's the way it
Once you
goes.
stop, hard to get back on.
Well, I
How
think
close,
I mean, you got to do it.
Yeah.
I had to do that too.
yeah.
how
And I think it's
close are you, Nancy, to your goal? How
I'm
close?
about 5 pounds to my goal. So
That's
it's
the
like
hard.
this last 5 pounds is just like taking forever. It's like,
Mm.
oh, I get kind of discouraged a little bit. So, but anyway, that was, and I think it's kind of funny on my app. It tells me exercise minutes and then it tells me workout minutes. So I might work out for like 30 minutes, but it only tells me like one day I had 25 minutes of workout minutes and I only had 1 minute of exercise. So it's like, the stronger I get, the harder it is to make it be exercise, I guess. I don't know. So those are the things I'm kind of trying to learn, I guess. That's part of my challenges.
Are you gonna go snowshoeing this winter?
Oh, I'm sure I will. I really hope I can ski. Last year I tried to ski with my husband because he really likes to cross country ski.
Mm-hmm.
And I had one of those awful things where I fell over. We were going down this hill. I fell down and I could not get up. And it was so miserable. And so
Oh,
I really hope that, 50 pounds less, that it'll be a lot easier to get up.
yeah, definitely. You'll spring into action.
Oh, I hope so.
Right.
I hope so. That's a goal. So not everything is easy. And like those first pounds seem like they came off pretty fast and these are now kind of slowing down. So
That always happens.
just take a breath. It'll happen.
You've met your goal weight. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, maybe. That's what I keep wondering.
Yeah, because
Maybe
you're,
you get up at
how
5
tall are
pounds.
you? You're 5'5"?
I'm 5'4". I should really actually measure sometime. I've always been 5'4". At least that's what I've said I was, but I've never really
Okay.
measured for a while. So
And then you shrink as you get older.
yeah.
Mhm.
I actually had the doctor measure me because I was so sure that I was getting shorter.
Uh-huh.
And I actually haven't lost any height. So I'm 5'4" also, Nancy.
Okay.
And because I thought for a while there, maybe I was getting shorter or maybe I was taller. I don't know. We have these false ideas in our head.
Well,
So,
I had a couple years ago, I had a spinal fusion and decompression, and I had on my neck, and he actually told me I'd actually gained a half an inch of height.
ooh.
So, but I don't remember what it was that he said I was. So I guess I should try to, I don't know, maybe it's not that big a difference. So anyway, I thought one of the chapters that I thought was really interesting was that chapter 6. And if you have your books, if you want to find it, I thought it might be worthwhile to talk a little bit about chapter 6. And it starts on page 41. And she talks about 5 different things, ways to reframe exercise. I know when I started doing this, exercise was like, it was a chore. It was something I had to do. I don't know, does anybody feel that way sometimes?
Especially in the winter.
Yeah. And with winter
like-
coming is,
You gotta get your boots and your scarf and your hat, and if you want to go outside, it's gotta you gotta put all these clothes on just to go outside. When I walk Jazzy, I gotta layer up just to go take her outside to the bathroom.
and it's sometimes, it's like So I guess I wanted to kind of talk about the ones that were in here and see what your perspectives were. That first one on page 42, seeing the exercise as a form of worship. When I read that the other day, and we were walking up the Rattlesnake, and there was up on the hill, the larches were turning, that they turn gold, and they start to lose their needles, and oh my gosh, everything was golden, and it was like, it was just like, God is pretty good, and I'm able to be out here and actually walk, and it doesn't hurt. It feels good. My joints don't hurt. So I think thoughts about that, about seeing it as a form of worship.
I can honestly say this week I did experience that. I woke up, I felt good, and I just told my husband, let's get going. Like, cause the longer you wait, sometimes the harder it is. And so I had looked out our window and I could see the sun rising. And I thought, if we get moving, we'll catch the sunrise and we'll catch just the beauty, easily. And while we were out there, it just smelled great. It felt good. And it really, really was beautiful to just say, good morning, God, and it was a really neat moment. And I thought about what she had said here about it being worship. And I thought, I have never thought that going on a walk or exercising or going to the gym, I never saw it as an act of worship, as just, I never have seen it that way.
That's the way when I read that, I never thought of it either. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So that made me think a lot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, maybe as you're going out, or even if you're doing your sitting exercises. I know one of the things that I remember watching one of Kathy's videos. One of the things that she did was she said she turned on her praise music. So the praise, you're watching the video, and when you watch it several times, more times, you pretty much know what it is. You don't really need to listen to her talk, the person talk, but you could listen to your worship music, and do it that way. And I thought, I thought that was really good advice. Another way to think about worship, and how you can worship.
Very good.
Yeah.
I've been trying to take a time when I'm out walking to, if I'm by myself, if my husband's with me, I don't do it. But if I'm by myself, which will account for a couple times, maybe a week, it kind of depends. But I will listen to a podcast on my headphones, and I make sure I pick one that is at least 30 or 40 minutes so that I can look at it and go, okay, walk halfway and then turn around and come home. And you'll get the whole podcast in, and you will complete that, and you complete your workout for the day, or you get your steps you're walking in. And you really do, you succeed in two ways. Then you finish something, which really feels good, and you get your exercise steps in. And I don't know, it really does start you off in a more positive vein for the day. It really does.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I was thinking about that the other day. I was thinking, Ron and I usually walk every day. And I remember when last fall or last winter, when he was working and he'd be gone, he'd leave for a couple of days. He doesn't do that anymore, but he'd be gone. And those were the days that I had to have trouble getting exercise. So,
yeah.
Sometimes I do that. I would have something I would listen to, but that's a really good idea. If you had a 30-minute one, you can say, okay, I'm going to do half of it and then half of it. Yeah.
Well, and the thing to do is when we go to church, I already hear the pastor, but I have a brother-in-law who is a pastor on the East Coast. So I can listen to his sermon on a day. my son-in-law is an associate pastor at another church, so we can listen to their pastor on another day.
Oh, there you
I
go.
mean, I've got more things I can listen to that I've always got something always to
Yeah.
catch up on. So
Yeah.
it's been helpful to me to take advantage of that time and fill my head and my mind with good things instead of just
Be
nothing.
right back.
Yeah. Yeah. Anybody else? Any other thoughts on exercise as a form of worship? Yeah, I was thinking about, I was looking at some videos of some, that do more of a strength training thing. And I was thinking, boy, that just having a different kind of music might be easier to watch those. I don't know. So that's a thought. How about the next one? This one's a good one. Start slow and easy. Where's Joan when we're talking about
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Start slow and easy. So you're, starting, like you get overly ambitious when you start the first time. And I thought that was kind of interesting. Maybe we should come back to that one when Joan comes back.
Yeah.
When you get my age, when you gotta go, you better go or you're in trouble.
Oh,
Sorry about that. I just wanted to say about my exercising. When I was your guys' age, I used to walk all the time, and I danced with the Russell Country Cloggers for 25 years. And we practiced every Monday and Thursday night it used to be 2 hours, and then we kind of cut it down to an hour and a half as we got older. And because I didn't start till I was 54, and I did it for 25 years. And so it's really hard for me because I don't get around that good when, I used to be in such good shape. But I'll never be that good again, but I can get better. Because I kept breaking my arms and then my back and stuff, but God's working on me.
one of the things that I'll say is when I was heavier, I was talking to Ron about this the other day. I had a lot of trouble with my joints and my
Yes.
knees and my
Mhm.
hips and I just hurt all over, and I was
That's how I am right now. I have pain all over, and I know part of it is the fibro, but I know the other part is the being overweight and putting more stress on my body.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I have really noticed a huge difference in that
Mhm.
having less weight is my knees don't hurt, my body doesn't ache. I quit taking one of my anti-inflammatories. Quit. It's so that I think if that's something to look forward to,
Mhm.
you can,
Pain-free days.
yeah. I
Yeah.
really do feel
Yeah.
a whole lot better. Yeah.
That, it's a funny balance though of being, because Valerie, you were asking me what's my pain level, and some days it's really painful to get out there and move because I feel it, like you were saying, Nancy, in my knee or my hips or my back or whatever.
Yeah.
And you want to move, but I don't want to move so much that I hurt myself. And so there really is a fine line there that we have to constantly be monitoring so that we're not pushing so hard that we hurt ourselves, but we're doing a healthy amount of a healthy pain.
Yeah.
And I have a daughter who's an athletic trainer, and she was saying that usually most people can tell a good pain versus a bad pain.
Mhm.
So if I'm starting to feel a bad pain, I slow down and I just walk a little slower, and then I'll pick it up again. And there's good and bad pain though. And it's a real tightrope walk trying to figure out how to move, but not hurt yourself when you're heavy,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
that, or
Big
you have
tip.
challenges like you have, Valerie, with fibromyalgia. I mean, you
Mhm.
can't push through that,
Right.
you know?
And I think
What I do is I change up my exercise routine, because if I do too much of one workout, then I'll have to do like maybe upper body strength or yoga or something like that to let the other parts of my body rest. So I'm working out a different part of my body.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's
So
good.
that's kind of this one here, right here, isn't it? Start slow and easy. I mean, you're starting with, just a little bit, and then each time you're just kind of And I think that it's important. Are you writing the, your time down, writing something down so you can see how you're doing? That's a really important.
I should have read that chapter before I started.
Yeah, I know. I
I
thought of
just-
you, Joan, when I read it.
I just
Yeah.
post on Facebook. That's my journal.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
my writing it down. I write it down, I type it down and post it on Facebook. That's how I
Well,
keep track of things.
that's a good place to do it, except what you want to do is you want to be able to look back at it. I used to do that. I used to do these little check marks and that was all, but then I could never see, by writing down, okay, this week, like last week is a good example. I looked and the 2 weeks that I actually didn't release any weight, my carbs were up, my calories were up, and my steps were down. So I could see that right there on, just by writing those things down every day. And I do it every morning when I write, when I open up my journal. That's the
Yeah.
first thing I do is write them down. And then,
I guess I'm not that disciplined yet.
yeah, well,
Maybe someday.
started, just get a little sheet of paper and just start writing it, and then stick it somewhere. Stick it in your book.
I kind of forgot about that journaling of what I eat and stuff, because I pretty well know, but
Yeah.
still, if you don't write it down,
No,
you're in trouble.
yeah,
Well, and if you have a difficult week or a week of no loss, or you
Mhm.
can go back and say, well, look at my activity level.
Yeah.
I hardly did anything, that
Yep.
week.
Yeah.
And it can tell you where you need to change it up to maybe have loss the next week.
yeah.
Mhm.
So I can see how it would be helpful, Nancy. My
Mhm.
problem is I forget. I have the app on my phone, I need to just remember to do it.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I'm
Well,
trying.
what I do with my accountability partners, we talk about accountability, having somebody that you're going to report to, is every evening we report how many calories we had that day. And so I do steps because that's tells me, okay, I know I have to exercise and I have to eat right. And those are my two biggies. So and then I'll look, and then one of them will, do it and I won't. And I'm going, oh, shoot, I got to do that. So, might be just something you just have to have a person that I'm going to do this every day.
So what's a reasonable amount of steps that you're doing that is kind of like a goal you try to hit? 10,000?
Well, no, that's too many. I think if you look on you have the Apple app, right?
Yeah.
If you look on your health app, it'll tell you how many you had last year, and then you just, or last week even, and then you just start to try to increase that. That's what I do. I could show you that.
Yeah, I'll have to play with that app a little bit. I'm really enjoying the recipes they're giving you. There's a really great one for blueberry crisp, if anybody cares, a blueberry oatmeal.
Where did you get that at?
On
My
the
Fitness Pal?
the Fitness Pal app
Oh,
has
I-
recipes.
Oh, yeah. The MyFitnessPal is the one for recording your food. And then I use the, let's see if I can do this.
How do you get onto your Fitness Pal? Because I'm not on that.
You have to download the app to your, what kind of phone do you have?
An Apple
Okay.
iPhone.
Yeah, just go to the,
I think it's an Apple.
hang on just a minute.
But it's an iPhone, whatever that is.
Yeah, it's an iPhone.
Yeah.
Let me get my screen up here.
It works with my Apple iPad, so.
Okay. Now I gotta get back out of here.
You're gonna have to get the My Fitness Pal tutorial from Nancy Marks.
So go to the App Store
On my phone?
on your phone. Yep.
Okay.
Do you know
hang
where
on.
that is, Joan?
Yeah, I'll find it.
It looks like this. It looks
It looks
like
like the
this right
blue
here.
A.
It's the big A.
Oh, Okay. I've got
And
it.
then you download it looks like it's called MyFitnessPal.
App, where are you? I don't see it.
You don't see what?
An A.
Okay, so here's a shortcut. So watch my screen up above. If you sweep down, oops, from the top, don't do that. Sweep down from the top, your search is going to show up at the top, and then you can just type in app. And it'll show up.
Mine came up with phone, search, and do what?
And then just start writing app in that little search box.
App Store, okay,
Yep.
go there.
And you go there,
Yeah,
and then find the little search button down here on the bottom.
well, wait a minute, apps, what? Siri, no, automatic downloads video, autoplay, App Store. I gotta go into that, right? It's at settings, and it says, do I go into App Store?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, then I got apps, updates.
okay, now down at the bottom, that bottom right corner, you see where it says search? Down here?
Where are you at? I'm not getting that.
Are you getting it on the top bar? On the top of the screen where it's
No,
search, where you could type in what you're looking for?
nope. You know what? I'll have my daughter help me with
Okay,
it.
well, just write down My Fitness Pal. That's a good app.
Yeah, okay, let me write that down. I will. Yeah.
And then the other one, Lori, this is what I was talking about, steps. The other one is this one called Health.
Yeah, I have that one as well.
Okay, and then if I go to Health and I go to Summary down in the bottom left corner,
Oh,
and then it'll show your exercise minutes, your but I have sleep on there, but your steps. And if you touch on steps, it'll show you, if you look down below, it'll say my average last year was 4,000 and my average this year is 9,000.
oh,
I don't
yeah.
have
you're
that. I don't have that app on my phone. I'm gonna have to get that one on my phone.
You should have it. It's an Apple app. It's called Health.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
comes
have Apple.
comes on your phone.
Yeah. Just scroll down from the top, just type in Health. It looks like that. It's got a little white with a heart on it.
I'll do that right now.
And it tracks it. That's where your steps go. But that summary, this is where I kind of get all my stuff when I want to look at it. And you can actually do, okay, here's my steps for today. And then I can scroll backwards. So there's my steps yesterday.
See, I won't get steps because I can't walk very well anyway. My basic thing is the chair exercises.
Yeah.
And after I'm supposed to be getting shots next month, and hopefully that'll help.
But I think you'd be surprised. I think you do get steps. I think if you look for that Health app,
Even just around your house, I think.
just around your house, you get steps.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm.
And, and even if you can increase that just a little bit, it's still movement. It's still, it's kind of like what Lori was saying, cleaning house.
Yeah, I don't even have the stairs to go up and down now because they got me a chair that I go up and down the stairs on.
Yeah.
But I'm a lot older than you guys too, but
Yeah.
still.
If you need it, you need it.
Well, everybody, our stairs are steep and everybody was afraid I was going to fall. And finally, my husband just said, call somebody, we're getting it. And my kids were thrilled because they wanted us to move into a 1-floor house. Well, that's too expensive. And we've been here for so long, I don't want to move. It's small, but it's very comfortable for 2 people. So
you can see what I did with my iPhone is I took, these are my 3 apps that I use all the time for exercise. So here's my MyFitnessPal. And so if I click on that one. So this one I can go in and put my diet, my food in, my meals. I haven't even done it. I'm bad today. I haven't even written anything in yet. Usually I do it at the end of the day.
Thank you, Lori, for helping me drink water. I was doing really good, not quite so good right now, but I'll get back at it. Lori's been praying for me to drink more water.
Yes.
Yeah, and it actually does. MyFitnessPal actually has a place to put the water in.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
So, and again, I'm not very good at that, but I'm getting
there. Yeah, me too. I do good one day and then forget. And the minute I think of I better drink some water.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Well,
mm,
next
We're
week
not
I'll
allowed to
share you
have
my
drinks.
little
What?
schedule. What?
We're not allowed to have drinks in the Vision Center because of COVID.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we can't drink anything until we go on our lunch break.
and then if you drink too much on your lunch break, then you have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, and then yeah, that's exactly right. If I drink, then I'll have to be running back and forth to the bathroom, and that don't work either because we're busy, and right now we're shorthanded. So it's like you don't have time to. You barely have time to breathe.
Well, you're getting good
Well,
steps
that should
then.
count.
Yeah.
So here's some, I thought the other thing, it's kind of funny because this is what I thought we wanted to talk about today, and you came up with a few more ideas of those apps, some of the apps that we talked about. I did want to share with you, I did a little bit of research on exercise videos. And I also wanted you to know, I'm going to send you this link. I created another page for the Get Active, and it's the same password, and I'll send this email to you. So, but here's what I did for you. And I'm already logged in, so but there it is. But here's that checklist that was on the other page. So you can start saying, yes, I did my 15 minutes, or, even if it's just a check mark. So start thinking about, okay, have I done my 15 minutes? Have I done my, and then this was the other one that I shared with you about just having a little chart. And maybe
Is
you
that
only
on
want to start-
Philippians one? Is that on this Philippians one? Is this the one you're talking about?
No, this is a web page, and I'll send you the link.
Oh,
It's the
okay.
Igloo. It's on our church website. But
okay.
what I found out how to do was kind of cool. I found out that I can make a playlist of exercise videos. And I put my playlist, I figured out how to put it in the page. But I wanted to share a couple of them because I thought these were kind of a cool ones. This one you might be interested in, Joan. Actually, anybody up.
Mhm.
So here, this person, let's see if I can mute her.
Oh,
But-
she's in the chair. Mhm.
She does, I love this part. This was when I just kind of went to YouTube and I found her, and she has, so here these two are doing the exercise standing up, and she just modifies it. And it's Christian workouts too. So they've got some Christian music going on in the back and some little motivation.
And how do you get those?
So if you go to the web page that I sent you the link to, and
Okay.
you'll get to the web, this page. And if I click on this link over here up in the top where it says playlist exercises, and it's right down here. It's called Faithful Workouts.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another couple of them. Here's a 7-minute chair video. These guys are really quite interesting. They have some really good videos. They're funny, but they also have a good point about, especially for seniors, for chair videos. So they're both PTs, I think. So they've got those. So what I did was I just made a playlist here, and like, this is one that Kathy put together. We were talking about worship, and let's see if I can get out of here. So she's got some, and it's all worship, it's stretching. So even Stormy, you can't get out and you can't do much, but here's some, I see Donna is joining us. Welcome, Donna. Oops. See if I can get her on here. But she's got a whole set of video here that's on, she's just got a lot of them on there. Now do you guys know how to make your own playlists on YouTube? Do you use YouTube at all? Does anybody use it?
I know how to
No.
make I know how to make my own.
Okay.
I don't.
Hi, Donna.
Hi there.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm sure you've had a busy day. I can tell already.
It's been really crazy. We have to go get some COVID testing done. So
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Nevaeh was exposed by her tutor, and although she hasn't tested positive, but there's a pretty good chance. So
Yeah. Well, Stormy Paws tested positive early this week too, so you're not alone.
oh gosh, yeah.
So I think we just have to put that all into our prayers, right?
Yep.
All of us. So what I was sharing was I created a web page that's called, let's go back over here and I'll show you. It's called, shoot. And I'll send you the link to it.
Okay.
It's called imlutechurch.org, get active. That's what we're doing. And it's got the password, Weight Loss God's Way 2020, the same thing.
At Molly's church?
Yes, it's Molly's church.
Okay,
It's my church.
yeah, okay.
Sal's church.
Nancy's church.
Nancy's church. So what I did was I just created a playlist and figured out how to put it on the page here. So this might give you some places to start. These are some, and as I find more, I can add them to. One of the areas that I was really trying to work on was belly fat. And so I found a couple of them. These are what some that I put on there earlier. So they're just different ways to do it. I did like this one. I was pointing out the one with the three ladies and the person, you know, if you can't get up and you can't do these kinds of things, you can also do chair ones. So just for a little variety in your life. And this one is
one.
about
Yeah.
20 minutes. So I did put a little note here about how you can create your own playlist. So if you are on YouTube, so if I want to go to, if I click on YouTube here, this actually takes me to YouTube and I'm watching her same video. And then you go to save. So I have a whole lot of different playlists here. And so I have one for exercise. So if I'm finding a video that I like, that I want to put in there, I can just check that box, exercise. Oftentimes I check watch later, because watch later will, you know, it'll bring it up. And so like if I'm looking for something that I saw recently, but I haven't really done it, then I might go to watch later and then I can pull up that playlist. So I have all kinds of playlists. And if you want to create your own, you just put create playlist and then you put a name here, new, I don't know, share videos maybe. If I wanted to put that, I could create it and then I could save it to that one. And so now it's saved to my share video one. So there's lots of different ways, and then you can have your own. Then all you do is go to YouTube. You have to be signed into YouTube, but I think if you have a Gmail address, I think most of you have a Gmail address, right?
Mhm.
Then up here in the, like if I go to my Gmail, no, not that one. Here's my Gmail, and here's, I can tell this is my Gmail. And if I look up here in the corner, the top right corner, there's these little dots. And if you have a Gmail, you can also have a YouTube channel. So that's how I find my YouTube channel. I just go to my email and then I click on these little dots and then I go to my YouTube channel. Oh, I'm already here, so I can't go there. And then over here on the left, it'll show up, here's my videos. And then down below here, it'll show me all my playlists. So playlist is just all of the ones that you've added to your list. So here's exercise now. And here's all the ones that I found, and I might go back and say, okay, today I want to do this one, or I want to do the praise move one, or like I'm going to look for some stretching ones. Val, you said you had a couple that you liked, you know. I think if you guys have videos that you do like, that you found, you can send me the link. You can do that by doing, so if I click on this one and you click share, then you can copy the video, copy the link, and then just go to your email and then compose your email and say, here, let me do this. I'm going to do this one for you. Let me find that one I was just doing. I can find it. Exercise, share videos. Okay, I'm gonna pull this one up. So I'm gonna share this one with you, Joan.
Oh,
So
that'd
I'm
be
gonna
great.
click share. I'm
You're gonna
gonna
put it on my Gmail?
Yep. I'm gonna copy the link and then I'm gonna
Uh-huh.
go here and I'm going to do compose, Joan. And video share. Here's the video. Now, of course, I can't see my send button because, there we go. So, I
Is
don't
it-
know, hopefully that's not overloading your information there, but if there's some specific one that you want me to send you, I can do that.
Okay. And you know, I found a couple on Pinterest too. You know, some of them they don't have a video, they just show you, but I've got a couple videos. One's the 11-minute chair one, and then there's one where you can do a little bit of standing up one, which I was going to try, but not right now. And
Okay.
it's for older people too. Yeah.
So are they a YouTube video? Or are they just a,
You know, no, I don't, they probably are.
Okay.
They're on Pinterest. Yeah.
well, if you see that, if you see the YouTube, then you can, create your own,
Oh,
and, save it and be able to go back and find it all the time.
oh, okay.
So that's,
Well,
you're-
no, I just put, I have, there's a, on Pinterest, you save it and it goes to your save. I have exercise and all sorts,
Sure, that's the same thing, same
and I
kind of
just
thing.
go right to it.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Yeah, and you could probably do the same thing here. You could save this one and you
Okay.
could not save it there, but share it. And then you could probably Pinterest is one of the options.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, there it is. So,
Yeah.
you could save it to your Pinterest if that's more comfortable for you for, how,
Well, that would be great if I just can figure out how to do it.
yeah. Yeah, click on the video and
Uh-huh.
then go to share. And then you
Sure.
can click in here and then you find Pinterest and then it'll
Oh,
click on
okay.
Pinterest and then it'll say, okay, well, where do you want to put it? So I don't have a board for, well, maybe I do.
Well, so I have an exercise board there, so yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, same thing.
Okay, all righty, I'll give it a whirl.
I'll start an exercise board.
You're gonna what?
I said I'll start my own exercise.
Oh, sure, yeah, uh-huh.
See, I just
When
did-
do you plan to finish this project?
See, that's it, at my age, I don't know how to do all this stuff. You younger gals just flip right through it and
Well-
I wouldn't even do it, except my daughter says, you've got to keep up, so that's why
Right, that's right.
I know just enough to be dangerous.
Okay, well, we're about done, but I want to propose something. I talked to one of my friends who's also doing these book studies, and she did this Get Active book study, and she had some contests. And her contests she had 3 contests, and one of them was a step contest. So what you do is you look and see how many steps you had go back and look and see if you can figure out how many steps you had in September, and then set your, whatever your goal was. And you're going to say, okay, I'm going to try to get 6,000 steps. Actually, it doesn't even really matter which level, but if you know about how many steps you're getting, like if it's less than 3,000 or if it's between 3 and 6 or between 6 and 10. And
But
what
I
you're
don't know how
gonna
many
do
steps
is,
Getting-
right, is track your steps for starting tomorrow through the last time we do this study.
But I don't get steps and I don't have a Fitbit or whatever to get steps. Because I don't.
Then you
any.
don't have to do this if you don't want to.
Okay, okay.
But I do think you get steps, Joan. I think if you
Oh, I'm sure
found
I do, yeah.
yeah.
Oh, I,
yeah, and all it is just saying, okay, I'm going to try to be a little bit more, move a little bit more. That's
Mhm.
all you're thinking about is how can I move a little bit more than I've been moving in the past.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's one contest.
Okay.
Another one is just tracking your exercise.
Oh, sure. Mm-hmm.
You know, writing it down, saying, okay, if am I going to get 5 minutes a day? And I'm going to
You
check
have to
that
do
off
it every day?
every day.
Oh, I thought maybe the weekends were off.
No, weekends are off. You won't get a point for that day. But if you can get it for 7 days, so you get 1 point per day for doing your exercise.
Okay.
And then, but if you can do it for 7 days in a row, you get a bonus. You get 10 points for that week.
Mm-hmm.
And
What
then,
does 10 points earn me? Dinner at the Marx's house? I'll
well,
do
I'm
it.
coming to that. I'm coming to that. And then the weight release contest is who can lose. We'll find out who's lost the most weight between October 14th was when we started, which was the Wednesday before we started, and November 11th. And we're going to weigh each Wednesday. I really don't have a whole lot of ideas for prizes. So, you know, it could be a loaf of Ron's bread if you live close by us. Or it could be, you know, if you guys have something that you think would be a fun prize, maybe you know how you have those things, and maybe the idea was we'll have a winner, and then
A gift basket.
we'll have a
prize.
gift basket or something. We'll have something. I don't know. I haven't
Yeah.
figured it out. What
I
she
have a
does,
suggestion. Why
Go
don't we
ahead.
each contribute something to a gift basket?
there you go.
Put a price limit on it, but put something in a gift basket and we all give something. And then it's kind of like what is it? The football pools or something?
Yeah.
So where do you put do I send it to Missoula then for the gift basket?
Well, you could send something. Well, yeah, you could send it to me. That's what we do. And then actually what we could do is if everybody contributed something, then we'll draw for prizes out of that basket.
Nancy, you might as well just keep it because you're gonna get. you're
No,
gonna get
I don't count. Remember back here, this has to do with, my goal's gonna be down here, but some of you guys are your goals up there. So there's still gonna be winners in other levels besides me.
Nancy, what's your address?
I'll send it in an email for you, Joan.
Okay, all right.
I'll send it out. So just think of something. I don't know what. I just thought it might be kind of fun. And so every week, I think we'll do on Thursday. I'll just have you post how many steps did you get? I haven't done this. So
I sent mine through a message right now to everybody. Did you get it?
I'm not sure how I find that, Nancy. How do I do that on my Fitness Pal?
the what? How do you do what?
How do you find out? Are you finding out what your steps were every day? Is that what you want?
That's on the Heart app.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
If
But
you
I
have
think
your-
I
if you have
don't
your
I
phone
don't
on
want you
every
to.
day.
I guess what I would rather you did is you tracked your own steps. Do you want me to just create a little short spreadsheet of what this is, and then you just can fill in the numbers? Do you want me to just do that? Would that be easier?
My deal's not hooked up to my printer.
Let me, so Lori, what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to figure out how I find out what my steps were like yesterday.
Okay, I'll show you.
I have a day, I have today's.
Swipe to the left.
I'm in activity. It's not letting me swipe. Oh, there it did. Sorry. Okay, is that activity?
On mine, it says, I go to summary. I click on the summary at the bottom, and then I find steps. Is that what you did? And then you just swipe left, and you'll get the day before. Do you have day? Just a minute. Let me see if I can get this on my thing to show up. If this is too complicated, don't sweat it, okay, ladies? All I want you to do is just try to. Now my silly thing won't listen to me. I can't make my, I can't share my phone. Where is it? Mirroring. Why isn't this working? Okay. I'm not finding it. It's not letting me share. It's not being a good sharer.
I'll play with it a little bit and I'll figure it out.
Yeah, call me, later, talk to me tomorrow or something if you're still.
Yeah,
struggling.
I'll mess with it and see if I can figure it out. I did
So
get
if you're-
it.
If you're in the health app, that's what I meant, the health app. And then if you push on summary at the bottom and then find steps. And then at the top, it says DW month, says day, week, month, year. You see that?
Right. Yeah.
So you can actually look at what you did for the last week if you just hit W. Or day, you just scroll to the left and it'll show you what you did yesterday. Is that working?
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Do you think you want to try to do a little bit of a contest? Would that motivate anybody?
Yeah, that would motivate me.
I can't do the steps, but I can do the other. But, sometimes when I do contests, it doesn't really work too well for me, but I'll give it a shot.
Okay, okay,
Mhm.
Why not?
okay.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. Not gonna
Okay, I'm
hurt
gonna make, my goal will be, I'm gonna make you a little sheet that you can kind of record these 3 things on and start with these 3 things for each day. And then I'll send it to you
So
and then
good.
you can write it down, or just in a little notebook. If you get, Joan, if you can't print it out, just look
Yeah,
at
I'll
it.
just write it down. Yeah, I can follow what the thing
Yeah.
is and make
Yeah.
my own. Mm.
Okay, I will do that. All right. Well, I suppose we should try to go see how the president's doing, huh?
I hear him in there, yeah. Both
Oh,
of them.
the debate.
Yeah. Don's listening to some of it. He hasn't been listening to much, but he's got it on now. I'm not watching it because all they do is argue with each other, so.
I know. How's everybody feeling?
Tired.
Tired?
Yeah, all this talking about steps, I'm exhausted.
Well, I'm interested. I'm really interested in yeah, Joan, if you need a little bit of help, let me know and we can, or maybe talk to one of your kids if they're next time they're there. I'll send you what you should be looking for is your health app and your MyFitnessPal app. Just
She
start.
won't have any trouble finding it,
No, they won't.
but it's supposed to get really cold the next 2 or 3 days, so I don't expect her over.
Okay.
Mhm. She went shopping a little bit for me yesterday, and then we went and did some today too, but she gets mad at me if I don't ask her, so, yeah.
Well, if nothing else, the people like to be wanted.
Well, yeah, she knows. Yeah.
Okay, well, is there anybody that would like to close with prayer tonight? Or Lena, blowing you a kiss, girl. Anybody want to?
I can pray if you need somebody to.
Okay, I would love that, Lori. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesus, for today and just this time that we can spend together, encouraging one another, Lord. We know that we can't do any of this without your help and your strength and encouragement that comes from you, Father. We pray for Nancy's family, Lord, as they are undergoing some testing for COVID. And Father, we just pray that there would be favor for their family and that they would be protected. But we do pray for Stormy, Lord, that you would restore her health with her positive diagnosis and that others around her would be protected from this virus. And Lord, that you would encourage her even during this time, that she wouldn't be discouraged and she would look to you and she would find you as her source of strength. May we all just trust you more this week and to get out there and be more active than we were this week. And Father, I just pray success for all the women here. In your name we pray. Amen.
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 Mhm.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week, ladies.
Okey doke.
It's always a
Thank you,
pleasure.
Nancy.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Nancy.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Lori, when do you want to get together?
Huh. Let's see, early next week, maybe?
Sure, that's right. Yeah, just send me a,
Yeah, I'll just send you a text or an
yeah,
email.
we can give each other a call too.
You guys
So-
live in the same town?
No,
Oh,
no,
I'm
I'm
in
in
Great Falls
California.
and she's in California.
Oh, you're in Great Falls?
Mom.
Okay. I was wondering where you were at, Joan.
Yeah.
Look on the account. Look on the
Okay.
couch.
All
It
right.
lives- Yeah, we decided we
looked on
yeah.
couch.
accountability partner. even though
Oh,
live
good.
way-
couch.
All right. You guys have a good week.
Couch and
You too, Val.
All
Everybody,
right.
Army, Lori, Nancy. Okay, good night.
good night.
Good night, Nancy.
Good night. Good night.